following show is paid programming and does not necessarily express the views and opinions of Urban Broadcast Media and its subsidiaries. Thank you for listening to UBM Talk.
Hi, this is Reverend Rick McCain.
And I'm the Brenda McCain, and you're listening to Let's Stay Together Talk.
Come on board the McCain Train and take a 2-hour ride with us.
As we discuss topics like the next stop and making marriage work.
So get your tickets now before the train leaves the station.
Thanks for joining us. Take a seat on our train. You just arrived at Let's Stay Together Talk.
All right. Hey, this is Reverend Rick McCain along with my baby, my girl, my boo, author Brenda McCain, my covenant partner. How you doing, baby? 21 years, and you're still with me. I know I must be a blessed man.
You are.
Uh-huh. I mean, you're supposed to reciprocate and say, and I'm a blessed one. See, you still don't know how to do it.
Let me get it out. Okay. You don't give me no time,
Okay, well,
baby.
that was supposed to be the first thing you're supposed to say.
No, the first thing was, you are blessed. And so am I.
Okay, well, you got it. Next time we do it, just have that ready for me.
I got it ready to wait.
Stroke a brother's ego. That's what you got to do.
Don't use that word in here. Don't use that word.
Go ahead and do what you do.
Anyway, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the McCain Train, where we're going to make dreams come true tonight. And I do miss you, baby.
I miss you, too,
I
boo.
do. And Tracy, I miss you. We have Tracy Howard on the panel tonight as well. Hey, Tracy.
Hey, Brian, I miss you, too.
I miss you, too. And I hope
miss
you're
you
feeling
too,
well.
Oh, my God.
And I'm blessed to
Let's
know
get
you.
on with it.
Okay. Hello, everyone out there, and thank you for joining us on the McCain Train on Let's Stay Together Talk. We are glad you are listening on this wintry March 1st, beautiful month. March 1st, day of a nice snowy day. So thank you for joining us on the train. Why? Because to see God's glory, we must share our backstories. And tonight, our topic is a good one on the McCain Train. We are talking about the resurrection of dreams, reinventing your career, second careers, and breathing life into dead dreams. It's not over until God says it's over. Uncancel your dreams, reclaim your dreams, and reclaim your personal power. And joining us tonight on the next stop to tell us how he became what he is and why he's doing such a great job of making people laugh. We have comedian, actor, director, screenwriter, and producer, actor B.Cole in the house. Hey, B.Cole.
Hello there. How are you, everyone?
Hey, we doing good.
That's good. I miss you all, too. There's so much missing in this house.
It is. We love each other up in here. Once a week is a long time.
What was that song called? I've been missing you since you've been gone.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of them 80s songs right there. Friday Night
young.
Video. I know about John Waite.
Okay.
That's John Waite.
Hey,
No, Tom Waite. Tom Waite.
This man is he has everything. He's a producer. He's screenwriter, comic, actor. You don't dance?
I don't dance.
You don't dance?
No, I can't dance.
Okay, well,
I'm the only black man with no rhythm.
It's true, y'all.
Girl.
We could really dance together tonight.
I can't dance either, man.
You don't dance,
I'm too much in my head instead of thinking about my feet. I'm too much in my head. And it's just like it don't work out.
That I like us.
Yeah, the moves are there. They just don't move.
We dance good in a chair. That's what we do. We dance good in a chair. You see how we diverted here.
Yeah.
But anyway, like we said, welcome to the Let's Stay Together show. If you want to learn more about B.Cole, please visit our website. I blasted his stuff out there. Go to letsstaytogethertalkshow.com and join us tonight by calling in to 312-754-4333.
So, the one of the things that we have here that has happened a couple of times. We have all Julian nights in here again.
Yes, woo!
That's another thing. We got
Jaguars, yes.
For life.
79, you were what?
84.
Tracy?
80.
And B.Cole?
I'm 1990.
1990. All
Wait a minute, he
Julian
have to say
people,
1990.
I had to say 1990, right
all
there.
Julian
Baby in the
people here.
house.
So Julian nights, you should be proud you got everybody on the radio. Mr. B.Cole, talk to me a little bit, man. We talking about resurrecting dreams.
Absolutely.
What is it about the desire to resurrect a dream that some people get afraid of, but then there are some of us that just get excited about doing that? Talk to me a bit about the in between of being afraid, but that excitement to do something different.
Yeah, being a comedian for 25 years now, I had a lot of ups and downs myself, where you actually think and get to that moment where it's like, yo, you may be reconsidering, probably getting a 9 to 5 or something, but it come them times. But at the same time, you really don't know your strengths until you really have to use them, and sometimes your back be up against the wall like that where you gotta come along. And I'm speaking from personal experience, because I had a nice little long running career, and I say maybe for the past few years and stuff like that, I kind of took a break, and when you take a break, you kind of get forgotten quick.
Oh, in that world you do?
Yeah, in that world, because that's what actually Bernie Mac told me myself when he was telling me when he was live when I first started. He was saying that don't ever give up, because if you give up, they will forget you quick. And he was right about that, because it was a lot of things going on in the personal world and stuff like that. I lost my mom, and and things just wasn't real tight with me, so kind of set back for a little bit, kick back, reevaluate things, stuff like that. But if you do it for a nice amount of time, it's going to be a hard time getting back in, because, like I said, especially today, it's a microwave nation, where
like
everything is fast, and it's just like, man, it's like when you see people post things online and on Facebook, they keep themselves relevant, and you have to keep doing it, you know what I'm saying? Because if you take a break for maybe a week now, they on to the next person.
Yeah,
who's just
you old
constantly
news
you
then.
old news.
Well, I want to backpedal. How did you get started into this?
Well, straight out of high school in 1990. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, and so I attended college for a year. And but at the same time, I dabbled into doing stand-up. I wanted to be an actor, but I figured, like, I didn't want to go to acting school, though. I was, like, fed up with school, just graduated high school. I'm in college because, I'm in college because of my mom,
Right. We all went because of those mamas. You go, okay.
Yeah, but I knew what I wanted to do, though. And she was like, get your education. I'm like, okay, cool, I respect that. But I went off and got into stand-up to become an actor. That was my stepping stone right there. I was like, well, I see a lot of comedians who've done it, like Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and Red Fox. So, like, that's how I'm gonna get into acting. Just do some comedy, stand up, And man, at 19 years old, I went into the nightclub, and I actually went into a lounge. I didn't go to the comedy clubs when I first started. I was afraid. I was like, that's where the professionals hang at, So let me just go into the lounges. And not realizing those were the hardest places to do in the beginning. It's like you go into a lounge where you just got people drinking at the bar, got music playing, the DJ going, and then you go and interrupt, ask the bartender, hey, man, can I tell some jokes, man? And they looking at me like, what? Then they like, we want to see this, man. This dude want to tell some jokes. They turn the music off, and people doing their dancing, got to get off the floor. Then they give me the microphone. So that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, but for one that I didn't know of. I just wanted to do comedy. So I did it, and I made these people laugh, and I kept doing it around lounges around the city, all type of S Lounge, the Dayton Game, the East of the Ryan. I was everywhere.
Ooh, he going back.
I was the apartment and all that. It was the apartment lounge right there.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, you never heard of the apartment
I heard
lounge?
of that.
It's on
I actually heard about it,
79th somewhere. Yeah. So I was just doing lounges all over the city, man. And then it made me tough. It made me, like, just really get some, good sharp, skills and stuff. Then when I finally went to a comedy club, which is all jokes aside, it was like, I can't even explain the feeling, because those people are there to see comedy. They come from home, getting ready, getting prepared to come laugh.
Yeah.
So when you have that as a comedian, and I was afraid to go years prior before I went there, and when I finally got there, man, it was just amazing. It was amazing.
One of the things that, going to a lounge, that took a lot of guts to do that, because you got those alcoholics up there like, what's this boy saying?
I got all that, man.
Like, shut up, something like that. I don't want to hear that, because but to do that, that took a lot of, guts for you to do that. At that point, did you, you were younger and you said you want to do comedy, and then you start seeing them to laugh. Did that just motivate you more now to say, hey, if I can do it here, going to the next spot, it should be easy. I mean, because you went to a tough one.
I went to, and not realizing I did, because I was like, man, I thought the comedy clubs were tough because that's where the professional comedians hang at and do that. So, yeah, when I finally got to a comedy club and the laughter was like, man, enormous. And it was just like I didn't even really get to my punchline yet, and it was just they was just laughing at everything, and I was like, "Wow!"
They was drunk.
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about at the lounges.
No.
You're not I'm talking about the comedy. Comedy people are there to hear comedy. They want to laugh.
Right.
But lounge people, they're just to drink. They don't. Hey, you got to work hard to do that, man.
You got to work hard, and if you make them laugh, you can go to any comedy club and make have a good routine. Because if you can have a good routine in the lounge. Yeah,
so was this profession hard to break into, though? I mean, I know you're talking about the lounge, but you think most people don't think of a comedian as being a professional job.
I know,
so
right?
was that
That's
hard?
so crazy.
That dream, like, well, is this really gonna pay the bills? And
that's what Mama said. Go get that education, boys,
right?
Because they don't want to look at it that way.
Exactly. And during the time when I started, it was a new era for comedy. That's when Russell Simmons introduced Def Comedy Jam to HBO. And that's when BET's Comic View came out. So that was like right at 1990, and I started in 1991, And, man, so I was already doing comedy in the process when I started, when them shows came out. And then the producers used to come out and scout. The comedians used to come to our towns, and they used to come to Chicago and get just a lineup of comedians, and we'd just perform. So back then, it was great for that time because it was opportunity. Doors were open, shows were sprouting out, comedy shows. So during that time, it was good to break in. Now, what you did after that, it was really up to you to maintain that little success that you had then by getting on BET's Comic View, because a lot of comedians didn't get on BET. But it was I was fortunate enough to get on BT. That's how I got my national exposure, and I was able to travel the country, and people knew who I was. This is before the internet days, you know. So when you so when you go out of town and they've seen you on BET, it was like you bigger than life to them, So
how did you get so lucky to get on BET?
Well, that's from the lounges, performing there for a whole year, and then finally getting the audition in the comedy club. It was just the prep. It was the year prior that I was doing all the lounges in the hood, but then when I get to go to an audition at a comedy club, man, it was just it was like a flawless performance I had to the judges, to the producers, and they just looked at me seasoned. They like he was a seasoned comedian, and I was the youngest comedian to go, and I was like the only comedian to go from Chicago, So it was no, I think it was one other comedian Robert Hines. I'm sorry. Yeah. So they took two of us, and it was me and Robert Hines. And I think it was like my first year into doing comedy. So I mean, but at the same time too. Having that least experience to go do television and stuff like that, because right there during that time when you were seen on BET and Comic View was so new, when you were seen on you was just instantly blown up, But sometimes like I would tell like a lot of young comedians like don't accept everything so soon, because you got to just prepare yourself for it. For opportunity sometimes, because sometimes it could be opportunity right there, but you're not ready for it.
So you want to fine tune your craft.
Exactly.
Okay.
So so it was a wild ride. It was a wild ride. So that's how I broke into comedy in 1990.
So I got one or two questions for you. So now you've got on BET. I mean, talk to a little bit about someone right now that's inspiring to be a comedian. That first major gig. How was you feeling? I mean, you went through the lounges, which was tough. You went to the comedy clubs, which was tough. But now, baby, you finna go on BET. I'm like, now you're national. Now you're really going to be safe. Talk to me a little bit about that feeling, what you were going through, the excitement and the fear, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because me at a young age being invited to go to California to do BET's Comic View.
Yeah.
Wow, BET was huge at the time, still is, it's big. And Comic View was new and big. So when I was invited out, it was my first time ever leaving Chicago. My first time ever getting on a plane.
Okay.
My first time ever doing television.
You have a lot of firsts.
So all them first times, you know, it was overwhelming. It was like surreal. You know, it's like, is this happening?
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, so and like I said, I traveled, you know, out to California, first time there, first time on television, and like I said, the skills that I've sharpened myself. Chicago is a great place to sharpen your skills, to develop yourself. Yeah. And all through the ups and downs I had doing prior to that, doing that television, everything paid off right there in that performance. You know, but like I said, that was my very first year. I was doing comedy maybe like over a year, just a little bit over a year, but got that instant fame. It was that instant fame that I got at a young age, you know. Yeah. And now I'm being requested to travel around the world. And it's like, okay, well, you know, and it's just like, you just got to be ready for that. So going out, they wanted me to headline a lot of, you know, clubs and shows. And, man, me just being a comedian for a year, I didn't have headlining time, you know. Yeah. So, you know, but like I said, that TV fooled everybody because it was new. It was like they're just now seeing black comedians like this massive on television, so everybody was, you know, considered, you know, big time being seen on that tube.
And one of the things about when you say headline, now you got to have more material.
You got to have more material. So I'm in cities like Miami and New York and stuff like that, and they put me in the headliner position. But me, young, not thinking, being true to myself, like, man, you know, I think I better hold out. I'm taking it. I'm taking all the opportunity. Oh, yeah, cool. I come to, you paying this? All right, cool. I'll do that, you know. But at the same time, it was hurting me because my time was short. And it's just like, yo, he was funny for a good, you know, man, 20, 25 minutes with the rest, you know. You know? I mean, I'm just, you know, mumbling and probably just trying to go off the top of my head. Right. But like I said, it was just, I had to take myself away from the game to really prepare, because Comic View called me back to come again, and I turned them down. And
you turned them down?
Yes, okay. I turned them down because
that's experience there.
I wasn't ready. Yeah. I did it the first time, and I got on there, and I saw what happened. After I said, no, I got to be ready. So I
didn't get booed, did you?
No, I didn't get booed. It was just no. I mean, boo and do come with the territory, but at the same time, it was more like silence. Right. You know, silence is worse than
that's
boo.
Worse than
You know what I'm saying? It's just like when they looking at you like they was looking at Prince at the end of Purple Rain. It's a problem. You know, just like when they just stand at you. Right. You know, so.
But that's the analogy, because you know he says, you know, silence is worse because you're not there for silence. You're there for
when
jokes.
You're a comedian.
And as a comedian, you know when you're not doing the part, and so you're now feeling, because you know that, you know, hey, I'm off the cuff now, and it's not what my material, and so it gets to be harder to do that.
It was torture, man. Then, like I said, I turned BET down 3 years in a row. 3 years. Yeah.
And they kept coming back and asking you.
Coming back every year, but I turned them down 3 years in a row because I was in Chicago developing myself. Okay. I went back to the lounges. I did the straight Rocky 3. You know what I'm saying? When Mr. T knocked him out and Apollo had to come get him and take him to the hood. Yo, man, we about to get you trained. I had to do all that. Go back to the lounges. Go back to the hood. And develop myself, and I came up with some very good jokes. There was some signature jokes that I've done on Comic View that people know me from, and everywhere it's just good when you go places, everybody know you for your joke, you know.
Well, don't we want to hear something, a sample of
the man on the spot?
Well, he's a comedian. They always should be ready.
He's gonna be here with us. You gonna be here for a while with us?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be here at the same time. But the joke that I'm known for, everybody know me. I did a poem on Comic View. And it was called "I'm in Love with a Crackhead," you know. So remember that, right? So that's what kind of got me over. But that's after that 3-year hiatus I done took, and I trained, and I came back with "I'm in Love with a Crackhead." I came back with some other jokes that I've done that everybody knows me from, and it was just so polished. It was so good. Then that year, I won my own hour special because BT Comic View, they were giving out our specials to the who ends up to be the best performer. Do you remember they had the judges
right? Yeah,
back then, the celebrity judges, stuff like that. Yeah, so that was during them times, and then I won the hour special. Then I was able to show them my hour, that I've done.
So is it cutthroat?
Myself.
Let's just say Tracy, Rick, and I, we all comedians with you. Is it cutthroat like that you go out? Do your peers really be rooting you on? It's like, I hope he bomb out there. Well, I can have me an hour
I guess
special.
it depends on the person.
Right.
But it does, because, you got some people who support, and you got the haters out there. So it's a mixture. And then you got some guys who appear as they're supporting and hate you in private, So, I mean, it comes, but I just don't focus. I don't worry about it. I don't think about it. And it was a time that I did, and that's the worst thing to do, is just worry about what people are thinking. Because it was a time where I was just performing for my peers. Like, I'd be in a comedy club, and it'd be a crowd, but I'm performing for the comedians in the back, trying to, and you can get caught up in, messed up that way by mistaking the comedians for the audience.
Right.
It's like, don't focus on the comedians, because they're never going to give you that approval that you want. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that, not from them. Because it's comedians, they're sitting in the audience and they'll just stare at you. Right. While everybody's around them laughing hard, but you'll focus on the person who just got the straight face, and it's a comedian. Like, he's a comedian.
Right. And that could just throw you off like that, looking at that one person. Yeah.
But I really had to think about that, because me as a comedian myself, I had to focus on me when I was listening to somebody or look at somebody, and I don't laugh. I just look. I mean, I'm more critiquing, more in just studying. It's more a study, So I look at these comedians as they do stand, and they really don't laugh, but some of them do laugh, and some of them give a big burst of laughter.
Yeah.
But you get them comedians, I just look at it, they're studying. They just studying the craft and studying, just being, they're aspiring comedians. So they just, trying to find out, how to do it.
Hey, this is Reverend Rick McCain along with Brendan McCain. We're talking to comedian B.Cole here on Let's Stay Together Talk. Hey, baby, we're going to go to that part where we're going to get to know B.Cole a little bit more. He's going to be with us for the show, so we're going to be talking to him in and out. But let's go to that fun part where we get to know Mr. Cole a little bit better.
All right.
You are about to get on McCain Express.
Okay, wow.
Okay, and it's going to go real fast. You cannot hesitate to answer these questions, okay?
All right.
Okay, we're about to start it off. If you had to choose between a Jaguar and a Benz, which one would you pick?
I got to go with the Jaguar. Jaguars for life, baby.
I never thought about it that way.
There you go.
Were you a teacher's pet or class clown?
Class clown.
I just knew he was a teacher's pet.
Right.
I was kind of both.
Okay.
Because I played some teachers, where it's like, I'm the innocent dude. Then they're like, yo, I'm a class clown in another class. So in the teachers' staff lounge, they're talking like, no, he's a good guy. Like, that dude is a fool. So it's
the tension.
Yeah, right.
If you could live on the East Coast or the West Coast, which one would you choose?
Definitely West Coast. The weather is nicer.
Okay, you're craving fast food burgers, White Castle or Culver's?
Oh, wow. Wow. I had White Castle more. So Culver's, I had them less. I'm not a big fan of them. I would say White Castle, but I don't eat White Castle anymore. I'm sorry.
We understand probably why. It's Friday night. Are you painting the town or watching your favorite show?
I'm sorry, what was that?
It's Friday night. Are you painting the town or watching your favorite show?
Oh, I'm actually watching my favorite show.
All right. Hey, got one.
Yeah.
Got for you here. You got Janet Jackson or Beyonce?
Oh, wow. I want Beyonce Jackson.
Chicago Deep Ditch Pisha or Home Run In?
Oh, Chicago Deep Ditch,
man,
Geno's East.
I'm a home run in.
Right down there. Big ups to Geno's East.
Are you more excited about winning free tickets to the Super Bowl or World Series?
Oh, wow. I will say, actually, by me not being a sports guy, I'll get the Super Bowl tickets just to give it to my dad.
There you go.
Yeah.
You rather be in Hawaii or Aruba?
Oh, wow. I would definitely say Hawaii.
All right.
Yeah.
If you had to eat one meat for the rest of your life, would it be steak or chicken?
Come on, man. You know what that's going to be. I'm a black man. You know, and you got me licking my lips right now.
There you go.
Chicken.
So now we got to ask you, is that on there? You know,
That's
Kentucky Fried or
Popeyes.
Popeyes?
No, KFC
There
is
you
not
go.
chicken.
Right.
No.
There you
No.
You said
KFC is not
Oh,
chicken.
come on.
I don't do KFC. Popeyes.
Yes.
I mess with Popeyes.
Okay.
That black woman may not really own Popeyes. That's on the commercial.
Popeyes up in here.
But I like Popeyes.
Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
Who is your favorite comedian, Richard Pryor or Bernie Mac?
Ooh, man.
That's a
you know
rough
what? Bernie Mac is a student of Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor is the teacher, the sensei. I got to go with Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
Automatic.
Okay. It's a milestone birthday. There's a big party with all your friends. Did you plan every detail, or was it a surprise?
It's definitely a surprise.
Okay.
I'm bad at planning anything.
What's up your jokes? Okay.
Well, yeah, sometimes jokes is good to go without planning.
Yeah, that's true.
Just know the premise and then just talk around it. You know.
You're a world famous musician. Are you blowing a horn or playing a guitar?
Oh wow, definitely axe. That's I learned that an axe. They call it guitars axe. You know,
really?
yeah. I've been taking some guitar lessons. And I'm a man. You know, like I said, we grew up in the '80s. Friday night videos. You know, they all used to play them rock songs.
Yeah.
I love rock music. I love '80s. I love '80s white folk music. I do. I do. Y'all know the song "Shouting," "Sweet Dreams." We made it.
Yes,
Sweet dreams.
Yeah.
I made it.
Time after time.
Man, that was.
That song.
Come on, man.
That's gonna be one of our Do You Remembers? It's gotta
Right.
be.
We just lost David Bowie, man. I cried.
Yeah.
I bet you did.
I cried on David Bowie, man.
Okay, well, you get to be a superhero. Are you Superman or Batman?
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm excited. I hope your listeners.
You can
ain't
tell
know-
he got
your listeners
I
like
know
what?
who he gonna say.
Batman.
Yes, he
I
is
actually,
Batman.
I was actually gonna raise. I have a Batman tattoo right here on my shoulder. Yes, the original Batman symbol right there on my arm right there. So I'm
That was the
definitely
one that was
Batman.
actually shining the light in the movie.
Yeah,
And
right
look
there,
on
right there.
Facebook,
Look at my arm right there.
he is Batman. Look on Facebook, he's
Didn't I
Batman.
just ask you that?
I
the
knew
other
you
day
were
about
gonna
Batman?
But you know
You
what's
said Batman?
but you know what's crazy? I did a play right down the street at the Harold Washington Culture Center. It was called Love and Heroes, and it just played last summer, and they may bring it back this summer. But I was asked to play the lead, which was Superman. And Batman was the already cast and stuff like that. I want to be Batman, but they wanted me to be Superman, and I played Superman in this play. And man, I had a fun time. It was phenomenal. It was me as Superman, the Man of Steel. So I guess I'll play both superheroes actually.
Okay.
You know.
He
Well,
Batman.
But I'm Batman in real life.
Yeah, you
Okay,
Batman.
okay. Well, Mr. Batman, Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars automatic. Although I was upset about the last. You know what? They haven't done it right since the three that I grew
yeah,
on
the
that
three,
we grew up
right,
on.
yeah.
After Return of the Jedi, they haven't done it right.
I haven't liked it
the
either.
last Star Wars here. Did you see it?
I haven't seen the last one.
Oh man,
Yeah.
It was bad?
The other ones I've seen is like,
I was so
yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other ones was man, but I really anticipated this next one. And,
I just never got into it. Didn't the last time we go fell asleep on it?
Yeah, I think you and
only
all
like
of
the
y'all
first
fell
one.
asleep.
Get into
Yeah.
that.
You spend money on somebody, they fall asleep. I'm like,
It
come
had
on
to
now.
be good. It wasn't good to me. I'm just not a Trekkie, or is that Star Trek?
No, that's
That's
Star Trek.
I'm just none of
Trek.
that space out stuff.
I'm Star Wars. I wasn't a Trekkie at all. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's getting to know B.Cole. He was interesting, people. Not what I thought his answers, but hey,
Hey, he's gonna be with us all for the whole entire show. I hope they can be.
Yeah.
You're here as long as he want to, and we're about to get ready to go to commercial.
yes, we are. Stay with us because we are going to go to POV by Donna Tabaret.